Guys, it's been a very, very long time since I've done one of these videos, and I apologize for that. I've been really busy lately. It's just I've had a lot of schoolwork, and I've just been gone for a while. Really, there's no other way to say it. I did get a lot of movies this time, but I'm just gonna show you the ones I think you guys would like. The sicker, more extreme, bizarre ones, because I don't think anybody really gives a shit that I got Horrible Bosses or Hall Pass. So yeah, this is just what I'll show you guys, and this goes back from mid to late October. So this has been a long time coming. So yeah, I'll just go from like the order I got them in. I got two Takashi Miike films since my last DVD update. First one is Imprint. Heard that this one's pretty bizarre and just sick and twisted, and it sounds like it. I mean, this was the first, I believe it was the first episode of Masters of Horror, and it was banned from cable broadcast. It says it right. This says it right there. And but besides that, I've heard it's just pretty sick and twisted. And the other Takashi Miike film I bought was Audition. I have actually seen this. It is pretty good. You know, it starts off as a slow, kind of unfunny romantic comedy almost, and that turns into a very, very bizarre movie. And just those last 20 minutes are very intense to watch. So I would recommend Audition. I have not seen Imprint yet. And then I bought the Blu-ray and the DVD of a Serbian film. Unfortunately, when I pre-ordered these, wow, it's a long time ago. I mean, this came out in October. But anyway, I thought it was uncut. So I was like, this is awesome. This is uncut. So I'm just going to get both, because these could be really rare one day. And it is actually cut by at least a minute. I have not watched this yet, but I watched Mr. Parker's review on this release. And it does seem like a significant amount was cut. Primarily the two scenes that everybody talks about. But I heard it's still good. Like, I heard it's like, if you don't want the full effect, you should get that version, because you still... Obviously, the plot is still there. Not as much as cut from the UK version or the NC-17 edited version. So, yeah, I've yet to find I believe it was the Swedish copy, is the only official release of it completely uncut. So, I would like that, but, it's whatever, you know. Okay. The Girl Next Door, not the one with Alicia Cuthbert, or however you pronounce that name, but it's based on Jack Ketchum's novel that's based on a true event. Sylvia Likens, I think her name was? Yeah, it's a story of a girl in Indiana who's taken in by her aunt, and her aunt abuses her, and like has the whole neighborhood in on it, and it's just a horrifying story. It's the worst part too is that it's real, like they actually happened, and that just sickens me to my very core. I know it's rated R, but I heard that still it's very, very tough to watch. This one I have seen most of. I've seen like the bad parts. Seed. It's a film by Uwe Boll. I think that's how you pronounce it. The guy who's like made some of the worst movies ever made. I did like Stoic and Rampage though. But apparently he makes awful video game based movies. This is about a serial killer who is going to be electrocuted, but long story short, he escapes and is trying to get revenge on the people that tried to kill him. And it is very brutal. Most of the effects are pretty good. There's a 5-minute scene of a woman getting her head bashed in with a hammer. It's been a while since I've seen that scene, but it's pretty brutal, obviously. And that scene has no cutaways, and it's just one shot. And, yeah. I got it for really cheap. You can get it cheap off of Amazon. That's the only reason why I bought it. If it was expensive, I would not have gotten it. Now this is how I'm going to do it. Okay. I do not have the first one of this yet, but I'm planning on it. I have Men Behind the Sun 2, Laboratory of the Devil. I've heard this is basically just the first movie, but I heard it's still pretty brutal and just disturbing, of course, obviously. But I got this for $6. On Amazon, the cheapest is like $35. I got it for $6 on eBay, and this is an official copy. Like, it's ridiculous how cheap I got this. So that was a steal right there. I'm pretty happy to own that. I am going to get Men Behind the Sun, the first one, I promise you. I heard the third one is just god-awful. But I heard the fourth one, The Nanking Massacre, is pretty good. It's from the guy who directed the first Men Behind the Sun movie. Apparently the first and the fourth movies are the only good ones. And then these last ones, all of these I got from this guy from eBay. The seller's name is Zather Shell, I believe. I have him on my saved searches list. I've gotten multiple things from him. And so this is my final three. The first one is a film I've heard a lot about before, but I don't really know too much. It's a film by Daisuke Yamanouchi, Girl Hell. This one's called Girl Hell 1999. It's the same thing. I'm not sure what the difference is. But I've heard Sculpting Fragments talk a lot about this in high regard, so I had to get it. The last two were, I have on my page, films I cannot find to watch anywhere, and I bought two of them. They're actually a series, and the first one is Snuff Perversions, Bizarre Cases of Death, and the second one is Shock 2000, Snuff Perversions Part 2. This is just homemade footage, snuff, but apparently it's pretty realistic. Some of it's realistic, some of it's god-awful. I know in Shock 2000, the intro had to be investigated by the FBI because they thought it was real. And yeah, that sounded very interesting to me. I've heard good things about these. I know, at least in one of them, the guy who directed 100 Tears about the killer clown with a huge meat cleaver, he does one of the segments in there. So I'll be interested in seeing that. But that's all I've got for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And also, before I forget, question and answer time. So if anybody wants to ask me any questions, I'll answer them. I don't really care what they are, but I will answer them. And yeah, unless there's never mind. This one guy asked me this one question of private message that bordered on child pornography, but it's whatever. It was cool. I was flattered by it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this. If you do have any questions, put them in the bottom, and I will do a follow-up video if there's enough questions to do it. So thank you guys for watching this, and peace out. Happy New Year, by the way.